Anyway, we're going back to this. Week 33.
Continuing on along.
I had, let's see, where are my notes for this one? Here.
The plume and
Okay.
the pistol. A fitting end to my folly, and a curse upon us all.
Oh, I guess he left a note and shot himself.
Remember, he sent the letter that brought us here.
Well, no, I get that. Yeah, I know he sent the letter. I wasn't sure what he meant by the pistol.
Yeah. In the intro, you see him reaching for a pistol. There's the pause. Then there's a pistol rings out. A pistol shot rings out, and the screen goes red.
Ah.
True, it is implied that he may not have killed himself, or it isn't explicit that he killed himself. But yes, he is pretty much assuredly dead.
Right. And let's see. Before we got started, I took a quick look at our loadout and everything, our characters. Went ahead and hired another grave robber, so we have a new Ada, since Swift claimed our old one. And we're going to go to the ruins.
I thought you were going to go take out the hag.
Oh, wait, the hag.
Yes.
Yes, the hag.
You're going to the Weald.
Based on the forums post, one or both of you are close to 100 stress.
Wayne is pretty close to 100 stress.
We had a lot going on yesterday. The very long story short, we took Ben's new old car,
and by we mean Wayne.
Yeah,
because I was at
work. Because he was working. I took Ben's new old car in. Why are we still getting frame drop? We should be well below that.
It may happen quick for a little bit because I have Evernote up.
Okay.
I just logged in, but it should stabilize.
But yeah, we took. Let's see. Yeah, I took Ben's car the new old car in to get fixed, and it basically exploded. It turns out the overheating problem was some internal stuff of the engine basically melting down, and we had a pop, and basically destroyed the engine, which is great. And then on top of it and everything else, it has been a lousy month, and at least we can get some of the stuff. We can get rid of some of the stress off vicariously.
Unfortunately, the nearest casino is quite a drives away, so we can't get Wayne there to reduce the stress.
I was joking with Ben about it's like I've tried meditation and prayer. Where's the brothel in the casino? Let's try this out. Okay, so we're getting some stress. We're getting some of our group B stress from last time. We are getting some upgrades in. The team we're taking out is kind of my thought here. We're dealing with the hag. I don't know what she's going to do new in the veteran tier, but I'm going to guess it's going to be a similar gimmick except worse. Kind of like the flagellation. Yeah. That's the last resort option. So we had Dreckenel in the back.
Yep, you all heard it here first. Wayne prefers hookers to flagellation.
Well, it probably goes without saying. Let's see. My current thought was to put Vex up front, then Benny. And since Sprawl, you're here, you can give me advice on what you would think about this one. Dr. Sprawl and then Dreckenel. Now, my thought with this one is that the gimmick with the hag is that she puts people in the pot.
Was that anyway? We don't know if it's changed.
Right. And the big issue with it is that when people pop out of the pot, they're in rank 1. So if you have a traditional team of back rankers, she pulls them in, and then they get popped out in front, and you have to scramble and deal with it while she's attacking you. So my thought for this one is, okay, we have people that function just fine. We have an entire team of people that function just fine in any rank. Dreckenel can bludgeon if he's up front, and do the dog if he's in the back. Sprawl's in trouble.
You could switch him to Incision.
I plan to when they fight.
Oh, but that would only hit the pot.
Then Sprawl's in trouble if she ends up completely up front, but she can still hit with blight and stuff like that. The big gimmick is that Benny will be using Duelist Advance whenever he needs to send somebody back. He moves up, goes into riposte mode. So when the hag does her tenderizer and stuff like that, he gets hits in. Basically, he gets 2 for the price of 1, which he very consistently hits multiple people. And then when Drakenel sets up a mark, he will do more damage. A pistol shot will do more damage.
The only problem is that, remember the pistol shot doesn't work in the front. Right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you're in the act, we're taking grape shot off, so duelist advance, pistol shot, and point blank shot. Point blank shot if the cauldron is full, and really like tracking shot, or just buy some time if it's not.
Right.
So and whenever we need to send Benny back so we can duelist advance again, Vex will try to set up the solo and then finale. So that's my thought currently.
What does Scurvy do?
Well, we'll curing it before we get there.
That's true, because you do have a doctor in the house.
Mm-hmm. And I think we're just going to let Vampiric Spirits ride for now.
And Sprawl says the strategy for level 1 and 3 hags just damage racer. So only the Swine King really changes mechanically, to a much lesser degree the cannon.
Gotcha.
So that's good to know. That means the Necromancer is also going to function approximately the same way.
Yeah, I killed the level 3 Necromancer in my game, and he's basically the exact same thing. Except he summons the armored skeletons more often. Or at all. He probably didn't originally.
Yeah, I think he just did the normal ones last time.
Let's see. Buying the Furnace upgrade, because it'll be a while before we can get these. We'll have to do more level 3 missions first.
Right.
So I don't think anybody needed it there, though. I think we're also just going to let that go for now. All's good. Then Vex being pretty important in a Jester, is not typically a boss fight material. We're just going to go ahead and upgrade him all the way. And then we are going to make some skills. Pay the bills. So we need pistol shot up. Actually, or do we?
Well, if you're going to rely on marking and things like that, it would probably be a good idea.
Yeah. Let's see. Drakenel will be using.
Probably,
Rush. Oh, needing that. That's probably fine. Sprawl will be... Well, in that case, Sprawl, how do you feel about the level 5 hag? Do you think that's a good strategy for that, or would you still not bother with it? It upgrades stun. We won't be using stun for her. That's a big thing I'm worried about.
Right.
And then X, which needs pretty much everything. Be using... That could also move him forward. So, Dirk Stab.
Generally, you won't want to do Dirk Stab and Solo. Because they kind of do the same thing. In terms of moving him forward.
Yeah, but he'll be using these 4, so I figured we might as well upgrade all of them.
Okay. If you're not going to be using any of his other abilities, then go for it.
Pulling our spare book of sanity, and what was the other one?
Crit
Stone, yeah. To make sure to afford everything. Okay, and then finale. Actually, not much reason to upgrade finale because he's just getting accuracy out of that one, and it's going to hit anyway.
Well, let me check finale again.
Yeah, he's not getting damage, critical mod, or reducing the buff or the penalty or anything. So.
Does it actually do anything?
It
5 accuracy.
It gets 5% more accurate, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in that case, I wouldn't worry about it.
Whereas that could be useful. Increase the debuff rate. Exactly. Well, Sprawl, we can do that, but I figure better to be safe on that one. Not to mention we're down a party member while they're in the pot, and the hag will also be wasting a turn to toss somebody in instead of beat down the other 3. All right, so that's skills, it's upgrades. We've put the people in that need to be. Does anybody need a? Oh yeah, then we're going to plague.
That's
1,000.
pretty dire.
That's pretty dire, right?
Then I think our cultist has a disease you might want to cure up a little bit.
We can.
Oh yeah, the griping in the guts.
Yeah, most of the other diseases we can afford to wait on.
Right.
I think the big one was somebody else just got one. Yeah, Zane. That's going to be
the fits.
That's going to need to be cured, I think. Well, it at least gets something out of it.
Yeah, so. But you don't want to be sitting at accuracy mod -5.
Right. But for now, I think 4,000 is about all we need to get fitted out for this.
Yeah, considering it's an assassination run.
Okay, so my thought for this one was you want to pick things that are fairly generically useful. Let's see, and of course the big reason we're doing this one is, one, we'll need to take care of the hag anyway, but 2, this is really, really good. It'll pretty much guarantee a stun on the on the stun bomb and increase the blight chance, as well as make them more likely to hit. And deeds are always good too. So Benny will be getting his typical ranged weapon stuff. We don't have a typical ranged weapon stuff for him. In that case, let's see, what do we want to put on him instead? We want a heal increase on Dr. Sprawl, and probably... Yeah, so somebody's going to want the Sun Ring, and we're going to want to go have plenty of torches.
Yeah, that's the only concern I have. You really don't have any healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my main thought is that healing was kind of superfluous for the boss.
Well, I also meant just getting...
Yeah, yeah. Well, with this one, I mean, Sprawl will be healing... where are we at? Yeah, Sprawl will be healing 3 points and curing the disease and poison, so I'm not too worried about it. Sprawl doesn't think the party is good. The Jester gets thrown in the pot, the Highwayman and the Plague Doctor are useless. Well, Drakenel's good at any rank. That's the thing. He marks or sends the Hound at anywhere in the back, and he should have a high enough stun chance to blackjack her.
I think the big problem is that neither Dr. Sprawl nor Benny work well from the first and second positions, respectively. Or second and first, respectively. Basically, if you have only 3 party members, you can't have anybody in the 4th slot.
Right.
You have to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is true that Sprawl is going to be too much good at rank 2.
Right.
Well, actually, the only thing that she can't do at that point is heal or Plague Grenade. You can still use those. The thing is, with Duelist Advance, I mean, Benny will always be in rank 1. Well, not always, but usually be in rank 1 when he wants to be. And Sprawl will be able to, to jump up there and back, no problem if I need to. Vex, yeah. That's the thing. It's like it's not so much them moving back, but Sprawl does mention I could throw in Lorax instead of Vex, and problem is that Lorax can't go back, only forward. That's only with Breakthrough.
Yeah, that said, I would still recommend switching Sprawl and your Houndmaster, because if Sprawl is forced into the second position, that's a lot that he cannot do.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so this was not my final ranking anyway. This was just where I dropped him. So what do you think about having Lorax instead of Vex? And really, if we're not we can still cure vampiric spirits, yeah.
Right.
I figured that if we give a blight increase, the hag should probably be vulnerable to it.
It's possible, I suppose. And part of me wants...
Lorax wants to have Lorax instead of Vex, unless it's a suicide mission, always. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That my thought with Vex was that being able to go all the way forward or back would help out no matter what happened. But it is true that we can just use Breakthrough to hit the pot and the hag, and then move her up. So okay, we'll do that. It was worth a try to get a Jester into a boss fight, but... Okay.
And I still think it would work out okay, but... Yeah, since Lorax is here, we might as well throw Lorax in there.
Right. Okay, in that case, let's send... Upgrade Breakthrough to get... accuracy and crit mod, okay. Let's see. Iron Swan to hit the hag if he is in, or she is in rank 1. Think about it this way, Sprawl says. If Benny is thrown in the pot, however, the only thing he can do is Finale, which pushes everyone forward, makes Dogman and Doc worthless. Okay, so Finale sends him back. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So for that round until he can use Solo again, you're right. They're kind of in trouble. Okay. Yeah, we will revisit Operation Jest in for the Cove boss. Anyway, so let's do Iron Swan, a Breakthrough. And I guess Adrenaline Rush, get some more healing, all the good, good buff and everything.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Then again, I guess she'll probably only be using it that first round, probably.
Even still.
Yeah. It does help cure the blight and bleed if we get hit with that. So okay.
Yeah, having both the accuracy and the damage should help in a damage raise. So.
All right, need to sell another trinket. Probably one of these. Oh yeah, one of the virtue chances.
I do find it kind of interesting that it's our Abomination who has the virtue chance item. But...
Right. Okay, so in this case, this looks like a pretty good team then. All right, so we're gonna get healing for Sprawl, and probably a. We're gonna get the cudgel for Breckenell. The only boss that Sprawl thinks Adjuster is really good for is the Inchoate Flesh, and purely as a second, third row bleeder, and not for the movement or songs. I still think, and I may end up doing this one not on my solo game to verify it, but I still think that he would still be pretty useful against the Hag. But yeah, we'll see.
Right.
But for now, I definitely do appreciate the advice, and I think you're right that I assume Breakthrough is really useful here. Let's do. If we're worried about the accuracy on our Hellion, accuracy, and then I guess while she's getting the accuracy increase, let's also put the Berserk Charm on. We want the Berserk Charm on Benny, if anything, because we want him to move first to set up the Duelist Advance and all that stuff.
I'll probably need an accuracy increase then, because I'm sitting at -5.
Well, I figure you're not gonna have too much trouble hitting.
Possible, I suppose.
That is a fair point, though. I guess we'll do.
Alternatively, you could try to layer on either more damage or more speed or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll also remember the Hag is human and Eldritch, so somebody should have the Eldritch Slayer ring on too.
I didn't remember that.
Mm-hmm. I guess for now, then we'll just do. Oh, there's a thought. Yeah, instead of risking that, which we can put on. Yeah, because normally I would do the Brawler gauntlets. Do we not have those?
You have that spiked thing to the lower right.
Oh, did. I guess we didn't get. I guess we haven't gotten them in this with this group.
Yeah, I've never heard of Brawler gauntlets.
Oh, so they came up as an item, and we didn't get that mission. That's
Right.
probably yeah. In that case, yeah, we'll do. That'll help make up the accuracy thing. Oh, Lorax is already rabid though. This is Lorax. Yeah. Okay. In that case, let's let's just get the accuracy to offset that, and I guess we'll do Eldritch Slayer on her. Okay.
I'm still sitting at -10.
Yeah, that's from rabies. It'll be neutral whenever we're done.
Okay.
Then we'll do.
Yeah, Sprawl is correct that the Jester could be good against Necromancer for stress management.
Then we'll do speed and dodge there. Actually, I wonder if
Then I have to say that, like for bosses like the Inchoate Flesh or the Necromancer, being able to penalize accuracy on all of them is still a fairly good idea.
Mm-hmm. Then
hitting Finale on a heart should also do a fair bit.
Right. Let's see. We probably want to upgrade the blight chance. Let's see. Blight. The blight stone. Is that the best one we've got for blight? I guess it is for now. Okay. All right. Then cudgel and something to help out the. Could do the hound accuracy. Do stress. Do melee skills. Yeah, I guess we'll just do the because I'm pretty sure the stress that's a 180% chance of stress or of stun going through. So I'm pretty sure that's all we're gonna need on that one. Then I guess let's see, Book of Rage, Martyr. I guess I would do the protection on him.
Yeah, that would put him at 23, which is pretty good.
Hmm. All right, this is looking pretty good. See, then yeah, we'll deal with the skills later. The default skill loadout should be fine getting there. Then we'll decide what to do after that.
Right.
And yeah, the last time I did a mission on my own, I actually went out completely unequipped, and I went into the Weald, and I actually did okay. I ended up retreating on my own terms with a bunch of heirlooms. Luckily, I didn't get. I had to bail before we were risking a hunger event. We need probably 2 extra torches to keep the lights on. And then for Weald, we're going to want some herbs, some anti-venom, 1 or 2 shovels. Probably only the 1 key, I would think. And 2 food. And we should find at least 1 food, like 1 carcass to get food from. And if we get that, that'll let us do the full stress cure from. All right. Oh, here we go.
Culturalism and its role in various arcane practices impressed me greatly. My licentious impulse gave way to a genuine professional respect, and together we began to plant, harvest, and brew.
So we're actually supposed to believe that he had the hots for the hag and then later on became, professionally interested?
Well, I imagine she wasn't always a hag. Like the siren wasn't always, hideous.
If you say so.
Left luggage. Oh, has a lock. And immediately proving Sprawl right. That always take 2 keys. Welp. Oh.
At least you got a key.
Otherworldly corruption.
Oh, that works out nicely. I have come to swear by scouting improvements while we're out and about. Interesting. Okay.
It's true. The siren is pretty rockin' when she sings her song.
Let's see. We're gonna do Duelist Advance. That's a protection of 33. I think his mark, which I don't have equipped. Never mind.
Yep.
Let's see. Of course, Duelist Advance is also a good way to hit people in the back. I'm thinking Advance plus Iron Swan on the one there in the back.
A Duelist Advance would put her back when she can't Iron Swan.
So she'll have to use Breakthrough and move back up. Actually, we won't use Breakthrough immediately because you will need to use point blank shot on this thing. Okay. Let's see. Breakthrough would not really be worth it immediately here.
Well
Not bad.
Very nice. All right. Sprawl will. Their blight is 80% resistance. So I clearly did not factor in just how much of a jump they would get. You see, that's basically 140 minus 80, 60% chance of blighting them, and so just not really worth it.
What about the ectoplasm?
Yeah, just as bad. Okay.
Yeah, that is one reason why I think that it might be worthwhile to give the Plague Doctor Incision and move them a little bit further up.
Yeah.
Because having some other option when you can't blight people is a good idea.
Right. Yeah, I didn't realize just how much the resistances went up on these things.
That actually works out pretty well.
Sprawl says to consider replacing Iron Swan with if it bleeds, given the duelist advanced stuff. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. I said when we went out there I would be adjusting our loadout when we actually started the mission. Then I forgot to do so.
Yeah, the fact that Benny dodged Riposte and the ectoplasm dodged is kind of cool, but also kind of aggravating.
Right. Yeah, exactly. The Plague Doctor is stunning. Yeah, if I had realized just how much the blight resistance went up, then I would have just gotten the stun charm instead of the blight charm and took incision and stuff like that. But yeah, as it is. Now, luckily, I'm probably just going to have to move Draconel up and try to stay in blackjack range. But for now, let's see, 7, 2 points of bleed.
As
Nice.
the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Okay. Then I should finish that off.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
And then stun will get this thing up front. Or pretty much all it can do is attempt to blight the front 2 ranks and not do much else. Then, yeah, sandbag for a round if I can. Wounds Not that. Yeah, not that they need it. Okay. I just want Sprawl to get a chance to remove that blight if she can. If not, enough. Okay, good, excellent. Even better.
Great is
And
the weapon that cuts on its
All right.
own.
So, okay. This is going to take... We're going to need to mess with the loadout a bit here. All right, the big problem is that Sprawl is not doing much. And, yeah. So let's take Blackjack off and get Mark in. Just lower that protection for now. Then put him in the back. Oops. Then we'll put Precision back on Sprawl. That's all. I wish I'd upgraded that now. 1 point of bleed with a small amount of damage. Just not going to do much.
Right.
The things in the back are going to be the ones least likely to be blighted, I believe. So, and if we do, yeah, we try to stun them. I think it's probably going to be our best bet there.
Actually, I would suggest getting rid of the front rank blight. Because that's the only one that a musician can hit anyway.
That's a fair point, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, we will make sure to reshuffle all of this before the boss.
Yeah, seriously.
Or at least I'll try to remind Wayne.
But I think other than that, we're fine with the occasional... Because occasionally we'll want Grape Shot and Breakthrough to do their work. Ben's right about what? Well, it's Ben right about. It's so rare.
Oh, please.
Plague Grenade hits 2 guys to double the chance. That's very true, right. Let's see, for the Spider Web, it was bandages to protect your hands.
I thought it was anti-venom. Oh.
Yeah, the anti-venom is for the regular stump.
Are often low on supplies.
And yeah, because of the layout on this dungeon, we're going to have to go through the entire thing to get to the hag. So I'm glad I didn't travel too light. Ben, we're being right about which blight skill to drop,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I do agree. All right. Hopefully, we're not going to have too much combat on the way there. 'Cause, yeah, this is going to be a long dungeon.
Right.
Only the first
Yeah.
Yeah, Shambler. Another
That's
mid-boss
what
to
we
ruin
need.
our boss run. Ah, jeez. Okay. All right. So, Duelist Advance. Let's get to work on the guy in the back, I believe.
Yeah, the Fusilier is pretty bad.
And they can both be blighted fairly well.
YOLO.
Nope.
Go big or go home. Actually, in this case, I think it would be go big and go home.
Right. Let's see. We'll cancel that out. Do Mark and then...
You might want to bleed and then mark later when you're attacking one of the ones with protection.
Right. The blight, yeah, the blight will go ahead and take...
There we go.
Or that. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, once I realized that they liked giving enemies the higher tiers multiple hitting moves to help narrow the action economy, it makes counterattack moves even better.
Right.
Let's see, and then that's pretty good. Then at this point, instead of that, Sprawl should probably... let's see, we could stun some 45, 70, probably not going to happen. So Blight... I'm not sure about bothering to blight that guy when, you know, they'll... Well... I mean, it's at least 2 turns, that's 10 points, that's true, and he's got some protection going.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's 7. So you won't be quite dead in 2. Oh, yeah, no, I forgot to check for if it bleeds. I think Lorax does have that.
I think Lorax does, it's just not equipped.
Let's see. With the protection will lower that down enough that it probably...
But with the bleed, it will.
Oh, that's true. That will do it.
I think.
Yep. Yeah, as long as you did at least 1, the extra bleed would.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's deal with some
I would
bodies.
actually suggest getting rid of somebody's bleed.
Yeah,
Probably not hers because her adrenaline rush will take care of it.
Yeah. Alright, Alright, so that guy dies, and then he gets one more move where he dies. So that's a nice, easy way to, you know, to manage our healed
The slow
time.
death. Unforeseen.
Okay.
Unforgiving.
I guess we'll just move Goosey Doe. Sprawl heals.
Oh, the doc cures bleed on herself when she cures another.
I've read about that, yeah. Easy to forget, but important to remember. Doggy.
There we go.
Excellent.
Gently.
Yeah, with the amount of self-healing you have, I don't think you'll have the problem that I thought you would.
Right.
Which is good, because, yeah, I was really worried of it.
Okay. Then, so yeah, Sprawl's good, and then yeah, if it bleeds, we have it, but only at 1 rank. So I guess we'll drop. But still, that's a tough one. I mean, accuracy is low, but it is a decent damaging move, and it can't hit rank 3. So yeah, it's worth it for now, I think. Hey, Markcraft, double kill.
Hey, Markcraft.
Yeah, good to have you. Another obstacle. Glad we got that extra shovel because, yeah, it's still better than Iron Swan on the way there. This one was the anti.
So I would go ahead and equip
A
it,
fortune. Waiting to be
Equip what?
spent.
if it bleeds.
I did.
Okay.
Another Jade already.
Since, yeah, in a fair few combats thus far, you can't actually use if it bleeds at all. Or
Nature herself.
Iron Swan,
Iron
yeah.
Swan at all.
Victim to
Which
the
is aggravating.
corruption.
I have found it to be a pretty useful skill when I've been playing. But yeah, there are times when it's just completely worthless,
Right.
and you have to balance that out.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you can use it, it's pretty good. But there are enough instances where you just can't. That, wow, I hope we do not run into any more obstacles, because that's
Yeah.
our last shovel.
I think I may wait until fairly close to the end to, especially with this one, because we use the herbs to guarantee the extra foodstuffs,
Right.
and then this will give us enough to get some healing and healing and health if we do end up needing to. Let's see, 5.
The match
We do end up
struck.
needing to
A blazing
claw
star
through a
is
1.
born.
Yeah, I think it might have been Flython Sprawl that they gave me some static about liking Iron Swan. It's like, no, I found it to be very, very useful, especially at the higher tier dungeons where they put so many obnoxious enemies in rank 3.
Hey, Sprawl says, back in the day, if it bleeds, even made things that didn't bleed.
Huh.
Gorsh.
So if it doesn't bleed, it was the name of the skill. And hey, Rig Death Trap, you know, from SA. A person beat the final boss by yawping every round.
Nice.
Well, not just yawping, I assume, because you can't end up winning that way. But I would have thought that eventually the stun debuffs would stack high enough that wouldn't be feasible.
Well, remember, after a
Or stun
while,
buffs, yeah.
after a while, you know, the buff shouldn't keep stacking, I don't think. It should
Press
auto draw.
disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Darn it. They both survive with 1 hit point. Unless, well, I can account for one of them with
With incision.
incision, yeah. Probably the one that's not bleeding to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
I knew our number was going to come up eventually with all those, 2 out of 3 chances.
Right. That's the only thing I don't like about Riposte. It seems to be really inaccurate.
Yeah, what are the rules for it? I assume it's like a...
I thought it was just like a normal attack.
Yeah.
Oh, the stun debuff does keep stacking until it goes around without being stunned.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's why I thought normal buffs wear off one at a time naturally.
We need to sandbag 1.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but we might miss anyway.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
All right. Hey, Zane. Technically shouldn't be watching, as he's at the monthly data cap, but still you're here with us, and I appreciate that.
As long as you don't like get into trouble or anything. Steal your neighbor's internets.
And now we can definitely afford to have to carve through one by hand and heal up and get the health and stress back.
Rig Death thinks that they nerfed Riposte since they first introduced the first class that had it.
For a task
Tech-
to perform.
Well, the Highwayman should have started out with it, no?
Hmm.
Which is a class that you start out with.
Cost you $50.
Oh, you're thinking the Man-at-Arms Rig to Death?
Oh, Man-at-Arms. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think Tactician is going to be coming up. Or
Yeah.
at least I've heard something like that. And the Harbinger was another one that I heard they're working on.
Right.
Sproul says it was added later.
Oh. Man. Okay, well, we're out of herbs, so hopefully this will still be... There's still some meat on these bones. And I felt silly about using all those herbs if it be... Well, I imagine there's probably a chance you'd catch a disease.
That's what I would
If
think,
you
yeah.
didn't purify it.
The trap didn't seem to do a whole lot.
Yeah. I think I'm going to probably camp this room or the next one, so I'll go a little into suboptimal light here. The dose advance was different back then. What did it do back in the day, Sprawl? And let's see, we have... What do we have? We have a combat and in room combat. Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking I should probably rest there to make sure we've got our 4 rounds combat going. Maybe use one more torch to make sure there should be enough to get us in light before that one. Then we'll get light maxed out there. So, oh, it just dealt damage and moved you forward. Gotcha. I got to say, I'm glad to have you folks here that know how the game was before, because I'm really curious about that.
Or in blood.
Because we know, like, we knew next to nothing. I was completely didn't know anything about the game when I first started watching Mog stream it.
I remember the only thing that I knew was that I had seen a review of it or a preview of it rather in IGN, I want to say, and it drew my attention enough that when I saw it was out, I was like, oh, let's go for it.
Right. Let's see, Grape Shot, accuracy 85, 59. Then we've got 69, 80. Okay. But so setting up the riposte scheme is still really good. Let's see. Their chance to bleed, their bleed resistance is really good. So 6 to 10 won't kill. Sprawl will be.
If you
Sprawl stun one of them.
Actually, I was thinking you might want to have him hit one of the ectoplasms, then breakthrough would finish them off.
Right. Yeah. Breakthrough's a good call on that one. Let's see. A grenade would be a pretty good chance to hit. I think what we'll do is... Let's see. That's pretty good damage for Incision, actually.
Right.
So yeah, weaken them, and then we'll have Breakthrough. Should be able to finish them off. They don't have a protection score.
There we go.
Nice.
Maintain the offensive.
Lorax almost got it in one. And the crit mod on the riposte was 0 or something really small, which is really bad because the Highwayman has a pretty good crit
Yeah, not on the
bonus.
riposte, on Duelist Advance.
Yeah. And he actually gets a critical bonus right now.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess it's just Incision was super buffed. Yeah, and the Incision is a pretty good crit mod. That's a big reason to use it.
And the other thing is that it doesn't take a damage penalty. It's really nice.
Darn it. Well, that'll help set up for next time. She ends up dodging everything. But probably not, though, because... Yep. Rip, whatever you are, Enchantress, Sorceress.
Destroy them.
Okay.
all.
That should be all the enemies there. And I think we'll use...
Yeah, I think there's a room battle in there,
There's
unfortunately.
a room battle treasure. Let's see...
Remember, go all the way to the edge of the screen.
Yeah.
There
One
you go.
torch will get us to 75 would be just short, so no point in even using it then.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure we're good or at 75 before we get started. Okay. Fingers crossed this isn't too bad. But even if it is bad, I mean we'll be able to chow down.
Yeah, we've still got our firewood and things.
Interesting. Okay, I was waiting to see when these people show up.
Aegis
Alright.
Crow.
What are we looking at? Let's see. Chance to hit. 61%.
Oh, so she can lower torchlight anyway.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking if his mark lower dodge, I'd be good with that. I think I'll just have Sprawl blight the back 2 ranks because she's pretty accurate. And then we'll go with the more likely to hit there. When Death Trap was playing, the Battlefield Medicine didn't heal at all. Didn't even heal HP. Wow. I guess you must all think we're playing like easy mode now. Let's see. Bleed's only 40 on them, so I think that's probably worth it.
Precision and power.
Sweet.
Mercies for the courts.
Okay. Let's see. Got a bleed on that one, and I'm pretty sure the plague bomb will take care of. Well, but 80% blight though may not.
Yeah, you might want to if it bleeds it.
Yeah. Let's see, 61% chance. Man, Lorax just cannot hit much with the... I'm thinking I might actually just buff her accuracy first, because that is just really not good odds.
Oh, Battlefield Medicine also had a chance to fail. Sheesh.
Good golly, okay. On the other hand, Breakthrough... Oh, wouldn't even kill that one if it did. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to get her accuracy up. Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, she's at the -10 now because you're not above 75.
Yeah. That also gets more damage. Okay. Maybe not the most optimal move. I could have rolled the dice, but... Alright. Grenade.
Much like real Battlefield Medicine, Ben says.
Also, a Ven. Alright, so that guy's dead as soon as... Yeah, next turn. This may actually be good.
Yeah, thankfully that means that they can't rent marked because nobody's marked.
Right. Okay. Let's see, that's she's taking 7 damage. She's dead in 2, regardless of what we do. So that's actually a pretty good place to be then. In that case, so just point blank shot and move the Lorax up.
Yep, Riposte is a delight.
It says nobody else could move to kill her first. I was gonna let her die and focus on the front ranks.
Right. Lorax ain't afraid of no groups.
Let's see. We don't really need to. I guess I could get some stress heal first. Well, we don't have Cry Havoc in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, Riposte was too good to keep on one class.
So it's 2 damage. Yeah, Lorax will not be able to kill that one in one go. So, on the other hand, though, the damage is so low, I might as well just focus on trying to get both of them a chance to bleed further. Yeah. Oh, it even got another critical hit on her, which is good for their stress. All right. Oh, so we're in dark enough now. We're getting a higher crit rate, right?
Right.
Do any of you number crunchers know how much of a crit bonus we get for the dark conditions? I'm kind of curious about how viable it would be to. See, 7 to 13. So this should kill. Yep. Oh, by 1. Let's see. She's dead. Battlefield Medicine is ranking last. Darn it. By 1. Slightly off. Okay, well, Benny picked up the slack. Oh, Sprawl says you can look at the sheet and it will tell you. Oh, there it is. 1% from darkness. Thank you. Or Death Trap said, "What the hell? That's it." I assume it'll get better as we get into a deep dock, as Grandal would say.
Perhaps a little bit, but it's definitely not as good as what the enemy gets.
No.
They're critical.
Okay, that's 6 points. So we're almost there now. Sprawl, how about you just chip in on that? So it's 5, 6, 7. There we go. Okay. Perfect.
Here we are. Oh, yay, we got a shovel.
Get our shovel back, right.
If we have room for it.
Okay, let's see. Well, we can junk those onyxes. For once, the emerald's more common than onyx. That's not typically the case. So do that. Might as well get the shovel, because we may have another obstacle coming up. So I'm thinking at this point, probably dump the bandages.